Howdy, hi. This is Deer Job Sports MLB Rundown picks and predictions for Saturday, May 16th, 2026. We're looking at every single game on the slate. Let's get into the video. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, recap previous day's results. There are so many games still going on. The middle graphic in the middle of the screen is not accurate in the slightest. So don't even really look at that one too much for this episode. Currently, we're 5-6. We're going our season record to 368 and 352. Although that is going to be multiple games off. We still have the Athletics going on, the Cardinals going on, the Angels, which is going to be a loss, but technically they have 3 innings to come back, so who knows? And then we have the Padres and the under. So still a lot of baseball going on. I will recap these, and then we'll get on to the picks for tomorrow. Before I recap, if you would like to get what you see in the middle of the screen, that nice graph, and you can also track all your bets and odd shop the best lines, you can check it out. Link in the description. Free $3 when you download it in Link One Sportsbook that is sent to your Venmo or PayPal. Pick it. You can check that out. Episodes also brought to you by Kalshi. Maybe you cannot get action on some of the MLB games because your state is stupid. Kalshi got you covered. They're legal in all 50 states. Trade $10, get $10 for free. Helps the channel out a bunch if you sign up. That link also in the description. All right, so we'll first talk about the winners. We had no business of winning this game. The Phillies plus 112 on the money line. They win against the Pirates 11-9. The Phillies were at one point down 6-0 in this game. They score 3 runs in the top of the ninth, 3 runs in the top of the 10th. They win this thing in extras. Nationals plus 122 on the money line. They win. Final score of this game against the Orioles 3-2. There were only 12 hits in this game. Pretty boring baseball game, to be honest with you. Orioles lose. They're not very good. We win with the Nationals. With the Yankees minus 142, they beat the Mets 5-2 in this one. They out hit them 10-5. Cam Schlittler goes 6 2/3 of 2 hit, 1 earned, 9 strikeout baseball. They're kind of good. You saw Juan Soto go deep. Ben Rice hit his 14th dinger of the year. Shout out to the Yankees. We have the Cubs minus 146. They beat the Tar out of the White Sox, winning 10-5. They out hit them 14-8. I think every single team in the AL Central today lost besides the Tigers. I'm assuming, what is the score in this? God, there's the Cardinals game 4-4, bottom of the 10th. Guys on first and third with 1 out. Please, St. Louis, hit this man in. 1 time. Who's a bat? Mason Wynn. Come on, Mason Wynn. You're a contact hitter. Poke something out there. All right, then with the D-backs, minus 126 on the money line. They're currently winning 9-1 in the bottom of the ninth. So I feel pretty confident this one is hitting. Then the losers, we have the Blue Jays minus 120 on the money line. They get walked off in Detroit. Final score of that one 2-3. Who hit it? It was Spencer Torkelson. That is bad. You're giving up a walk-off winner to him. You got problems. With the over in the Baltimore game, that was no bueno. Cleveland, not only did the Guardians lose, the Cavs lost. The scenes in downtown Cleveland tonight were not good. They started off immaculate because the baseball team also honored the 2016 roster that won the AL division and then lost in the World Series, the Cubs. So they were all honored. Got to see all those guys on TV. That was cool. But then we lost the game 7-6. Once again, Tanner Bybee makes a start and we don't win. In games he started this year, which is 10, we are 1-9 straight up. And he didn't even pitch that bad today. He 6 2/3 of 7 hit, 3 earned baseball. It's not great, but it's not horrible. He moves to 0-6 on the year. He is our day 1 starting pitcher. That's horrible. I took the Marlins minus 104 because I'm an idiot. I mean, you would think if you got a pick 'em price between Tampa Bay and Miami, you would just blindly pick Tampa Bay because they're 29-14. But I did not. Tampa Bay out-hit them 11-7. Not even really that close. Braves minus 1.5. These bastards won by 1 because they hate me. Final score was 3-2. They beat Boston. Who hit the walk-off? It was Mike Yastrzemski with a walk-off double. Good job. Then with the under 8 runs, Chicago, that one finished 10-5. So that never stood a chance. Did the Cardinals? Oh, they didn't score. It's going to the top of the 11th. Golly. Why can't we just hit one time, St. Louis? One time, score with first and third and nobody out. All right. That is the recap. Let's get on to the picks we got for tomorrow. All right, first game of the day. Blue Jays do not have a listed pitcher. I'm not too surprised. I will be taking them regardless. It's them plus 108 on the money line. This is Casey Mize' first start in, I believe, about 3 weeks ever since he got put on the IL. Do we think Detroit is capable of winning 2 games in a row? That answer is no. The weather is not good. Crosswind at 17 miles an hour, 66 degrees and cloudy, 30% chance of rain. I really don't love how the Blue Jays have been playing, but the Tigers have been playing significantly worse. They are 2-8 in their last 10, coming off of a walk-off. I really don't think that gives this team any momentum because they're not good regardless. Their bullpen still isn't good. Casey Mize first start back. I'm assuming he's on some kind of pitch count. I will take the Blue Jays. Next one, give me the Cardinals minus 112. The previous night's game is still not finished because they hate me. Cardinals are by far and away the better team, though, 25-18. Royals are 19-24. I think I've said this a few times. You only got to dodge 2 bats in the entire lineup. It's Garcia and Witt. Then you get to Vinny, Salvi. I'm like, what are we doing? Why is Salvi DHing hitting 200? Just throw Jensen behind the plate and figure it out. Lane Thomas should not be batting in the lineup either. Caglione is horrible. He's turned himself into a platoon hitter. Lineup's just horrible. And then you also only have one guy in your pen in Ekrig or Esrig, however you say his name. The rest of their bullpen's not good. So I don't trust this team. I will take St. Louis. Next one, we're going to run it back with the Diamondbacks minus 1.5 this time, plus 104 on the run line. They won the previous night's game 9-1, out hitting Colorado 13-4. This is a series I expect Arizona to sweep. They have the much significant roster. Rodriguez still not a registered loss on the year, 4-0 with a 2.25 ERA. I think this is crazy low. I might outline this to like 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. They should destroy them once again. All right, this one I'm going to take the over. It's really just based on how good the Phillies are hitting the baseball. If you want to go and check what Kyle Schwarber has been doing when he's been hitting, it is ridiculous what a heater this guy is on. Previous night, he had 2 home runs. You just go to his game log. These are home runs he's hit in the previous games, not just hits, straight up dingers. 2-1-0, 1-2, 1-1-1. That is absurd. He has 9 home runs in his previous 8 games. Sorry, 7 games. That is cracked. Absolutely cracked. They should be able to score a ton off of Bubba Chandler. Both of these teams did use their bullpen since it went to the extra innings the previous day. Going to be a little bit taxed. I think Bubba gets shelled. I will take the over of 8 runs. Next one, give them the Nationals again. Nationals are just the better hitting team. This Orioles team can't hit the baseball. Gunnar Henderson's looking real bad, hitting under 200. The bottom half of the lineup just got very bad news, and Jordan Westburg just had surgery, so he will be out for the rest of the year. That means you're seeing a ton of Kobe Mayo, Colton Cowser. All of those guys who shouldn't be on the team are now on the team for a significantly longer amount of time. And then Jackson Holliday's still not back, so you still have Jeremiah Jackson as his backup. He started off really good when he came up, but now that he's hitting 238 and that number keeps on going down, I think teams have figured him out. So I will take the Nationals minus 102. Pretty similar pitchers, but Nationals just way better bats. This game I'm not touching. I really wanted to bet the Marlins. Like, you have no clue how bad I wanted to highlight that green and then bet them on the book. But I could not do it. It is Sandy Alcantara, 3-2 with a 3.90 ERA. Up against Nick Martinez, who I don't think is getting enough national coverage. This dude shoves every single time he takes the mound. He's 4-0 with a 1.7 ERA. If you look at all the metrics for Tampa Bay, like what their expected metrics are, they should not be 29-14. Them and St. Louis have stats, like expected stats, that are just out of this world levels of not good. Yet they're both multiple. Tampa Bay is 15 games over 500. I believe St. Louis is like 5 or 6. But like the stats don't back it up. If I had to, I would take the Marlins. But given as though I can't win a bet with the Marlins currently, I will just not touch this game at all. All right, so this game is very interesting. Guardians minus 1.5 at plus 128. If you look who was pitching for Cincinnati, I didn't even know they picked up Chris Paddock. I did not know he was a Red. Last time I remember he was in the Marlins. Then he got DFA'd because he sucks. The Reds said, Chris Paddock, sure. Don't know why you're doing that. He's 0-5 with a 7.63 ERA. Not to mention, he used to pitch on the Twins. So the Guardians have seen this dude for a while. Gavin Williams, even though I forgot the V in his name, it is what it is. He's going to gain you money if you take him on the run line. He's coming off of a bad start. Gavin Williams normally does not have back-to-back bad starts. We were also coming off a day where we honored a team, and then Tanner Bybee loses the game because he sucks. Bounce back spot, Cleveland, run line. I'd alt line this. 2.5, 3.5. This is very much that kind of vibes. Cleveland destroys. Next one, I will take the under of 8 runs. Two good pitchers. It's Jacob deGrom up against Kai Tang, who was 1-3. Does have a 3.12 ERA, though. Neither of these teams have really been able to hit the baseball. More so Texas Rangers than anything else. Also, their pitching staff has kind of been electric. So the first game of the series finished 0-2. Then the previous Texas Rangers game, 6-5, 1-0, 3-0, 6-0, 7-1, 6-1, 9-2, 7-4, 7-1, 5-1. Like those are low scoring games. And the Astros, not only is the majority of their team injured, they are fantastic at just not getting runs, but hitting the baseball. They'll just great at getting 9 hits and then only managing to score 2. I don't know how they do it every single game, but it is literally every game. They just do that. I will take the under of 8. Next one, I think the Cubs are just such the better team. I have no clue why this line is so low. Yes, Davis Martin has looked good. He's 5-1 with a 1.62 ERA. Do I care? No. The Cubs, 29-16. You got Taillon on the mound. They won the previous game 10-5. Why are they only minus 112 on the money line? I don't know. The White Sox have played a bunch of easy teams prior to this series. They've had the third easiest schedule in baseball based on who they've played so far. Why is this a pick? I don't know. Also, Cardinals heading into the bottom of the 11th, still tied at 4. St. Louis, get the run across. All right, this game, give me the Twins plus 102. It is Liam Henderson on the mound for Milwaukee up against Prelip for the Twins, 1-1 with a 3.32 ERA. Game 1 of the series, pretty ugly. It finished 3-2 despite there being 17 total hits in the game. Milwaukee was able to eke this one out, scoring 2 runs in the top of the 8th. This Twins team is weird, but they're very old. I mean, if you look at their lineup, Buxton, Larnick, Bell, Waller, Royce Lewis. I mean, the younger guys on the team, Keishel, Lee. Like, what is this lineup construction? First off, Josh Bell should not be hitting third in any shape or form. But against Henderson, I don't mind him. Henderson is prone to giving up hard contact. If there is one thing Josh Bell does, it is hit ball hard. When he does connect, that baby flies a long, long way. I think the wrong team is favored. I will take the Twins plus 102. All right, then this next game, San Diego up against the Mariners. I'm going to run back to Padres plus 136, but instead of taking the under like the previous night, I'm going to roll with the over here. Why is this over under 7.5 runs? Do we think any game in which Walker Buehler and Logan Gilbert are pitching should be under 8? No, not a chance in hell. Padres have not been playing the best baseball recently, 5-5 in their last 10. They're coming off of losing a series to the Brewers. Before that, they split a series with the Cardinals. Been very inconsistent. Fernando Tatis, as far as I know, did not hit a dinger the previous night, I'm assuming. Nope, still no dinger for Tatis, so that's always fun. Mariners lose Cal Raleigh. He's on the IL with an injury. They do get back Donovan, though. Catcher, I got questions. Mitch Garver can't hit the baseball. Yes, you do have good bats on your lineup. Can they be consistent and hit the baseball? I think not. I will take the Padres plus 136 and the over. All right, this one's easy. Yankees minus 130. It is Rodon making his second or third start back up against who knows for the Mets. I mean, it's the Yankees against the Mets. I want you to look at their record. I want you to look at their lineup and then tell me who you think you should bet. The answer is the Yankees. This game I'm staying away from. Red Sox, if I had to, I'd take them plus 118. Bryce Elder up against Peyton Tolley. Two teams I'm not really enjoying currently. I keep on trying to fade the Braves in certain spots, and then whenever I back them, they shit the bed and don't cover the run line. So don't exactly love that. I also don't love the Red Sox because they're just not good at all. I mean, you have Jaron Duran hitting leadoff in the buck 78. That's awful. Also, Caleb Duran hitting 172. That might be even worse. None of them are hitting good. I will stay away from this game completely. All right, then we have to have a talk. Angels plus 112. I think I saw a stat that the Angels have lost 19 out of their last 23 games, which you would think would be impossible considering your record is 16 and 29. They started the year off not bad. Then they DFA'd, I think, two guys in their bullpen because they were horrible. There's already talks about Mike Trout being traded, but like legitimate trade offers, not just like some random bullshit we hear every single year. Like, oh, will they trade Mike? Like, this has to be done this year, or you're just giving up on Mike Trout's career forever. I will take the Angels because they have Jose Soriano on the mound. I do not enjoy it. I don't like it, but I will do it. All right, in the final game of the day, I will take San Francisco plus 110 on the money line. You got McDonald in the bump, 1-0 with a 2.92 up against Severino, 2-4 with a 4.07. Really don't think Severino should be a minus 135 favorite at home. Should be a pretty decent amount of runs in this game. So if I had to, I'd take the over 9.5. But I think there's more value with the Giants plus 110. You want to talk about a team questionably hitting the trade deadline hard when it comes at the end of July, first week of August. I think it's first week of August. It should be the Giants. I mean, they're already talking about moving all their massive contracts. I don't know who's going to pick up Chapman or Devi. I don't know. No one's picking up Devers' contract. You paid him so much goddamn money. You're going to have to eat some of that, which they're probably not going to do. So who knows what goes on there. All right, let me do one final score check. Did the Cardinals win? That looks like a 5 to me. Yes. Yohel Pozo. Single to right field. Nathan Church. Let's go Cardinals. All right, sweet. That helps today a decent amount. That'll do it for me in this video. I appreciate you guys watching, tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.